This video is closed captioned. Are you thinking of making the big move to the Dominican Republic? Maybe you've taken a vacation there and daydreamed of the day you'll return. Or you finally crossed the finish line and reached retirement. Better still, you're hungry for a significant change and love exploring somewhere new. I'm Anthony, and welcome back to Travel Droner. No matter your reason for considering moving to the Dominican Republic, I'm here to demystify the process and give you the necessary details you need to know before taking the plunge. Having lived here for over 11 years, I can only recommend this country for your retirement. The Dominican Republic is one of the most beautiful places on Earth, and it's no secret that it's becoming an increasingly popular destination for expats. But before packing your bags and moving halfway around the world, there are a few things you need to know. Visas, residency, cost of living, real estate, healthcare, taxes, and climate are just some of the factors that may dictate if and where you move. Let's dive in. First, get your foot in the door with a visa. When people think of moving to the Dominican Republic, they usually think about getting a visa. But there are a few different ways to obtain residency status in the Dominican Republic, and the best way for you will depend on your individual circumstances. Here are some things to consider when you're making your decision. If you're planning on staying in the Dominican Republic for more than 3 months, you'll need to apply for a resident visa. This can be done either through the Dominican consulate in your home country or by applying directly to the Dominican Immigration Office. The application process can take several weeks, so starting it as soon as possible is essential. If you're married to a Dominican citizen like me, you may be eligible for residency status through family sponsorship. This is often the quickest and easiest way to obtain residency, but it requires you to save all your paperwork in order before applying. If you're hoping to obtain residency status through investment, there are a few different options available. You can invest in a Dominican business, buy property in the Dominican Republic, or make a large deposit into a Dominican bank account. The amount required varies depending on the program, but it's typically at least $200,000. Finally, if you have close relatives who are already Dominican residents or citizens, they may be able to sponsor your residency application. This is usually only an option for immediate family members like parents or siblings. Choosing the right path to residency status in the Dominican Republic is an important decision that will affect both your short and long-term plans. But with careful consideration and some help from knowledgeable experts like immigration lawyers, you'll be able to find the best option for your situation. Once you have your visa and residency status sorted, you can worry about the rest of the logistics. Utilities are quite affordable, with water, electricity, and gas typically running around $50 to $150 per month. Food is reasonably cheap in the Dominican Republic, with a typical restaurant meal costing under $10. Due to import taxes, some goods and groceries will have higher prices than mainland Mexico and South America, but it is still affordable. Transportation costs will vary depending on your lifestyle. Still, it's generally relatively cheap to get around by bus or motorcycle taxi called Moto Concho, and Uber is also present here in the Dominican Republic. Healthcare is understandably one of the most important considerations when deciding to relocate, especially if you are of retirement age or have any pre-existing medical conditions that require ongoing treatment or care. The Dominican Republic's healthcare system is government-run and available to all citizens and legal residents, regardless of income. However, many expats opt to purchase private health insurance, which often provides greater access to quality care. Several public hospitals and clinics offer good affordable medical care for those who do not have private insurance. In general, the standard of health care in the DR improves each year, making it a location more and more accessible to transplants. If you enjoy our video, join us on our journey around the world by subscribing to our channel. Please click the bell icon to get notified when we publish a new video. Everyone's least favorite topic is likely taxes. Even when taxes in your home country are straightforward, they can be a source of anxiety, let alone relocating to a new country and navigating the dual tax obligations of multiple countries. As an expat, you may be liable for taxes in the Dominican Republic in your home country. The Dominican Republic has a tax rate of 18% for foreigners living there, but there are some exceptions. You may be exempt from taxes if you can prove that you have been living outside of Dominican Republic for at least 2 years, or if your your stay in the country is less than 183 days. However, it's always best to consult with a tax professional to ensure that you meet all the requirements for exemption. And remember, even if you are exempt from taxes, you may still be required to file a return. So be sure to research and understand all the ins and outs of the Dominican Republic's tax system before moving. Now that I've covered the important, if somewhat dry, logistics of moving to the DR and what to expect from a cost and amenity perspective, let's talk about what you can expect once you're there. As with anywhere in the world, this gorgeous island has pros and cons. Pros. The Dominican Republic has the largest and strongest economy in the Caribbean. The country continues to grow rapidly between tourism, agriculture, foreign investments, mining, and free trade zone earnings. The climate is warm year-round, with an average water temperature of more than 80 degrees Fahrenheit and daytime temperatures in the high 70s. It's quite pleasant year-round. Just be prepared for the humidity if you aren't used to it. Mountains, tropical forests, and national parks add to the allure of the DR. While there are plenty of stunning beaches in this country, it isn't all there is to see. The cuisine is spectacular. Not only is there a plethora of fantastic seafood, but local fruits, vegetables, and meats are abundant. Traditional Dominican food has influences from several regions, and tourism necessitates international cuisine. You'll certainly never starve in this country. Aside from the food, beverages are sublime here as well. The Dominican Republic and the larger Caribbean area is well known for high-quality rum. It's much cheaper from the source, and plenty of varieties and brands will keep your palate busy. And if you'd rather swap alcohol for caffeine, Dominican coffee is ranked among the best in the world. Arabica beans will keep you energized for all your adventure. Cons. Salaries in the area are still notoriously low, so you shouldn't move here with the expectation that you can earn a comfortable living wage. Working in the Dominican Republic, particularly any jobs that are not for large established companies or highly specialized, will likely be more for the experience instead of the money. Because of the heavy tourism, finding a secluded waterfront property to call home may be difficult. Shoulder seasons will see fewer tourists, but depending on where you decide to live, you may have to deal with crowds for a good portion of the year. The larger cities like Santo Domingo and Santiago can have some pretty prolific traffic jams and driving challenges. The city can be loud with the sounds of traffic and honking horns, and rules are more like guidelines that are frequently cast aside. Motorcycles dart in and out of traffic and ignore traffic rules. So, if you are hesitant or inexperienced when it comes to driving, it's best to hire a private driver or rely on public transportation, at least while you get your bearings. If you're sold on the Dominican Republic, you probably want to know the best places to consider moving to. If you want to be in the heart of the action, then Santo Domingo is the place for you. The capital city is always buzzing with energy, and there's always something new to do, from exploring the historical colonial zone to checking out the latest art exhibit. Santo Domingo has something for everyone. Plus, it's a great place to learn about Dominican culture and meet other expats. Puerto Plata is the perfect spot if you're looking for a more laid-back lifestyle. This city is known for its pristine beaches and relaxed atmosphere. There's no shortage of things to do in Puerto Plata, but it's also a great place to kick back and relax. Finally, if you want to get away from it all, then Barahona is the place for you. The small town is located in the southwest corner of the Dominican Republic, and it's known for its incredible natural beauty. From hiking in Parque Nacional Sierra de Baruco to exploring Cueva de las Maravillas, Barahona is the perfect place to disconnect from the rest of the world and enjoy some peace. No matter what your style, there's sure to be a perfect spot for you in this beautiful country. This does it for today's video. What are your favorite cities in the Dominican Republic for an extended vacation or relocation? Any spots you think expats should avoid? Sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to let us know by smashing that like button. And if you'd like to buckle up for more travel content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Ringing the bell will enable notifications, so you're always the first to know when a new video drops. Until next time.